everyone, this is Maureen Belhakamari of the Baking for Profit program. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys things that I've discovered as I've opened a bakery shop in Nairobi in Kenya. So if you're a Nairobi baker, if you're a Kenyan baker and you're wondering, what do I need to set up a bakery, especially when it comes to legal requirements, that is what I'll be covering today. Now, to be honest, I've been struggling with this. I've been trying to avoid posting something like this, but I've decided that I am posting this as my experience. So what I want to tell you guys is that you do not have in any way have to do exactly what I've done, but I'm going to share with you guys what I have done, and then you can pick from that and see what can help you. Also, my disclaimer that I'm going to keep throwing out there is that I am not an accountant. I am not a lawyer. Please find an accountant. Please find a lawyer. Please find a KRA agent to assist you when it comes to all this stuff. But I'm just going to share what I have done loosely so that it can possibly help you make some choices. Also, I'm going to share something that I will also share kind of what I used to tell people and what I'm no longer telling people based on, the fact that things have changed in Kenya for some time and how I used to do things and how I'm doing things now. So just a disclaimer there. Okay. So just to give you a little bit of history, just so that this makes sense to you guys, especially for those of you who may not know my journey or anything. I have been in the industry, Kenyan industry, for a while, right? I officially kind of started my business 2012. In between, I actually closed, then decided to kind of make money because I basically lost a lot of money, and then I had to get back. So it hasn't been a continuous 10 years. Let me just say it's more like 7 years because there was a gap. There's like a gap between 2014, 2015 there. But anyway, what I did is I actually started at home. I started as a home baker. Then I started a shop, which closed within 6 months because I didn't do everything that I needed to do. Interestingly enough, I got the permits that I needed to do. The legal requirements, I got that. It was just the marketing and everything. Then after that, I took a break, but I was still doing classes. And then after that, I came back like 2015, 16, and I decided to full on just start teaching, right? Then now around 2019, I also started selling cakes again. So now I do have two brands. I do teach, but also we do sell cakes. It's a bespoke brand. It's not our main brand, but I do sell. So this is where I'm coming from when I say small bakery shop. Okay. Now, one of the things that has been very confusing to people is the fact that if you're in Kenya, this is November 2023, just to give context so that, just to age this video, a lot of things have changed, like these bills that have passed. And I am not going to say anything about that because, again, I'm not a financial expert. I just kind of want to state that I've noticed a lot of bakers are asking me and talking amongst themselves about what is required. And so for me, what I tend to do is if I'm doing something different, because like what happened is that I have been running my operation sort of like a home-based. It was at home, but in a separate structure. Right. And so now this year I got a shop, right, because I wanted to grow my business a little bit. So this shop is actually for those of you who want to, come for classes, buy cake. It's on Gong Road, Discounts Arcade Plaza, shop number 51, ground floor. You can just reach out to us before visiting just to make sure there's somebody around. That's also where we hold our classes, right? Now, I wanted to figure this out correctly. I didn't want to take this hearsay. So I decided literally when I opened the shop to find a city council agent to tell me what I needed to do. And I actually found an interestingly helpful person who told me to just go online because that's what's happening now. So now my specific scenario is going to be geared towards Nairobi bakers. If you're in any other part of Kenya, it's probably going to be similar. You just need to figure out in your county exactly what you need to do. But I'm sure you can just go to the online portal and do the same thing. But of course, my disclaimer is that this is going to be specific to Nairobi, but I'm very sure that you can still do this if you're in Kenya in a similar manner. Okay, so again, I'm sharing what I've learned that I need in terms of legal requirements, right, to open a shop. I also do want to state that I also went and looked for somebody who is well versed in this kind of thing in terms of legal requirements and a lawyer. I also talked to a lawyer and an accountant to figure myself out. But again, you need to do the same. So that's my disclaimer for now. And you're in a note. I'm going to keep putting out this disclaimer because, again, I don't want somebody to say, Amari told me. No, go find out. I'm just giving you a guideline of what I did. Okay. So the first thing that I needed to do, and I literally switched my business, was that before I used to tell people to get a business name. And I want to state for the record right now is that before it was easier to have a business name, but now I closed that business name, right? That I closed that business and I actually started a company. So I just wanted to let you guys know, if you're doing business right now, please start a company. Find a lawyer and discover why specifically. It's just easier in terms of filing taxes, okay? So what I did first is I made sure that my business, my baking business, right, is a company. It's a registered company, right? So that's the first thing that I did. So the reason I'm telling you guys this is that for you to do any of the other things that I'm going to tell you, you need to have an entity for your business. So one of the legal requirements is to give your business an entity, right? And most of the time, there was two ways I would tell you to do this: a business name, registered business name, which majority of home bakers and small bakery shop owners have. The second one is a company. Now, if you have a business name, do reach out to a lawyer and ask if it makes sense to turn it to one company. But currently, I would tell you, whether you're a home baker or not, I would just tell you to just do it as a company. All right. So that's the first thing that you need. You need to give your business an identity that it's operating under, not under you as the name. You need it to operate under a business entity. So get a registered company. Second thing is that once you get your premise, you need to make sure that the government has allowed you to run business. So not only do you need that entity, number two, you need the county government to allow you to run a legal business, right? So that's why I've written legal business in your country. You need a business permit, right? This gives you permission to sell goods and services to people. Okay, so you need a business permit. So if you're a bakery, you need a bakery business permit. Now, I will be doing a screen share a little bit to share it with you guys how to get it, because I'm not going to be giving you specifics, but please note that if you're in Kenya, it depends on the size of your business. So you're just going to have to go pick the size of your business, and then you're going to pay the permit that's based on that. Now, in the beginning of this video, I shared with you guys a brief video of the permits that we have, right? But you need to sit down, look at the size of your business, and then you're going to select that. And that's what's going to guide you on how much it's going to be, because it could be 8,000, it could be 15,000, it could be 25,000. It depends on the size of your business. So ours is a small shop, so it's really the lowest amount. Now, realize that for you to run a business legally, so that you're not always closing your shop because City Council is passing around, get a permit, guys. It just makes sense. Okay. The other thing that I discovered that I need is health and safety compliance. Now, this is something I've been doing, so I don't want to tell you guys this is new. It's not new. It's just that, again, it's become easy, especially if you're in Nairobi, to just go online and do this. So me and the person I'm working with at the bakery got a food handler's certificate, right? Now, this is 1,000 shillings, guys. You just go online, sign up, pay online. This is why I think it's so much easier. You select the clinic or the hospital that you want to go and get tested, and then you print out your receipt. Please make sure you print out your receipt. One of my baker discovered when she didn't print the receipt, she had to figure out where to go print the receipt for them to deal with you. So print the receipt, go to the clinic or the place you selected, and that's where you're going to go to the lab, and they're going to test you. And then after a couple of days, they're going to call you back and tell you whether you've passed. And if you've passed, they will issue you with a certificate. The certificate is issued within your account, which I'll be showing you in a bit when I do the screen share of the site, right? I won't show you my site, my login information, but I'll show you where to log in and register. That's where you're going to receive your certificate. So when you see the printed forms, you go into that account and you print out whatever it is you've been issued, like, for example, your medical certificate, and then you laminate that. You print it, laminate it, and you're going to put it on your shop right? Somewhere where visible so that when city council enters, they're able to see that clearly, okay? So food handler certificate is one of the health and safety compliance. There is another one. Your bakery shop needs to have a health certificate. This is county government. So first, the food handler says that you are cleared to deal with people's food, right? You can make food and issue to people because you're not sick, you don't have a foodborne illness. That's technically what it's supposed to do. Now, the health certificate for your premise is to say that your premise also is a healthy and okay place for people to buy food from as well. And so this is not just a bakery thing. There's a couple of types of businesses that usually need this. First and foremost, of course, food businesses. But this particular case for the bakery, you need one. Again, the interesting thing about that, for you to get that health certificate, you have to have a permit, right? This is something I discovered, which I think is great. It's a great way of the county confirming that you are running a business. So you actually have to upload your business permit to it. Then now that you can actually pay for the health certificate. Again, the price of this depends on the size of your business. So make sure you select the correct size of your business and then you make the payment. You still make the payment online and then you print out a receipt. Now, if you talked to a city council person, who I hope you do, please, I urge you to do so. And if you don't know someone near you, just find out online where the city council office is for your area, right? Like for us on Gong Road, it's Kibera, that's the area. So you need to figure out for your area where it is. If you need to, I suggest just go visit them and they'll tell you what to do. So we actually had them show up at our shop and assist us. So that made it a little bit easier. So make sure you pay for the health certificate, print out the receipt, right? And then the city council officer will tell you what is next. All right. So food handlers and a health certificate. So what are the things that I discovered? You need to register your business and have a legal entity, right? That's how you're going to be paying your taxes. You need to make sure you have a permit to run your business. That's an annual thing. It goes for 12 months. Then you need to make sure you're health and safety compliant, which means you yourself need a food handler's certificate and anybody who's working in that kitchen. So if there's three of you, all three of you have to go. We all literally separately went and did that. And then now after that, you need a health certificate for your premise to say that you can run business, and then reach out to a city council officer as to what to do after that. Now, you might be like, what do I do? So if you're in Nairobi, and even if you're in Kenya, just go find the site for your like Mombasa County or whichever county, Nakuru County you're in. I'm going to do a really quick screen share to share with you guys how to find out, right? Again, this is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. If you're figuring out how to run your business legally, this is what I suggest to get the information that you need to figure it out. So number one thing I keep telling people, and I'm saying this on purpose so that it's so super friendly and super easy. Go online, guys, and search Nairobi City Council site. Like that simple, because I don't even want to tell you the site. Then now you'll see nairobi.go.ke. When I click on that, that's where you're going to go do all these things, right? Now you can click on the e-payments portal to figure out how you're going to do that, okay? Now, what I want to tell you guys is that at this point, I cannot help you. From here on, you should be able to do this yourself. But what I do want you to notice, right? Because again, not financial advice or anything. Notice that there is individual, citizen, organization, and non-citizen. Now, I'm assuming you're either a home baker or you want to start a small bakery shop. Specifically, if you are a small bakery shop, you should have a company registered, right? So this is where you're going to click on, pretty sure you're going to click on organization, okay? However, if you have you want to do this yourself, like for example, my baker, when she wanted to get her, what do you call this? The food handlers, she just clicked on individual, because when you get the food handlers, and I did the same thing, you do get it as an individual. That means that you can work anywhere with this food handlers, whether you are especially if you're a baker who's being hired, you can go different places or a hotel and actually get hired with this. So all you need to do is just click on individual, put in your details, and continue. However, if you're a business, obviously that's an organization. And please note, the reason I'm telling you this is because you have to have your registered company, right? Or business name, but company is better. And you need to click on organization. They're going to ask you all those details. So if you're signing up for the first time, please note you need your details. So make sure you've actually registered your company, you have your PIN, you have everything, then you do all that. If you do not know how to do a registered company, please find a lawyer. They will assist you on exactly what you need to do, right? So for me, usually, because I already have an account, I literally now just come to enter my ID, I enter my password, and I continue because I already have an account. So for those of you who've been wondering, how do I get my permits if you're in Nairobi? This is how. Everything is literally online. It's become very simple in terms of how to access. And I was able to get a permit, a food handler's. My baker got a food handler's, and I was able to get a health certificate as well, or at least pay for the health certificate as well for that. So if you're starting a bakery shop, that is what you need. This is for a small size bakery shop. I'm pretty sure even for a medium and a large size, it's something similar, but I am speaking in experience for a small size bakery. Final thing I want to touch on, I will not be advising on this. Again, I am not a tax agent. Please visit a tax agent to get details, or your accountant. The last thing that I'm going to do, right, that I'm doing is registering for ETIMS, right? And again, this was from, a knowledgeable source who just shared this with me, and I'm definitely doing this. And so you just need to go to KRA and just register for ETIMS so that you can be able to be filing your taxes easily, right? So go to the KRA. Now, if you're in Nairobi, what I tell you is go to Times Tower. Obviously, in other counties, I cannot advise, but in Nairobi County, just go to Times Tower, talk to them. They will explain to you exactly how to sign up for ETIMS and how to file your taxes. I'm saying this because, one, it's going to be a video I refer a lot of bakers. Why? A lot of bakers are asking me about taxes, and I do not want to commit because, again, I'm not an accountant or a lawyer or a tax agent. I don't want to commit to this. So what I'm always telling people is that it is very important for you to find information directly from the source. Stop taking information directly from proxies. I used to do that, and it's a bad thing because what happens if you make bad choices, then you have to come back and fix them later. Right? So what I would tell you right now, as of 2023, going into 2024, please go to KRA themselves and they will explain. They will explain to you how to sign up. Now, for those people who don't want to go to KRA first and they're like, I want to know details about tax. The easiest thing that I've ever found that I do myself, when I want to find out information about taxes, I go to kra.go.ke. If you go on here, they share actually a ton of information. I'll give KRA in terms of information. They share a lot of it on their site. And if you go to the website, if you click up here on business, as you can see, when I hover, I put the cursor on the business, it's bringing stuff up at the bottom. And the stuff is so much, right? Like, for example, PIN registration, taxation for companies and partnerships, filing and paying taxes, incentives and exempt. They tell you all the things that you need to know. Like, for example, if I click on filing taxes, see, they literally tell you what you need to pay and how to pay it. Corporation tax, payee, installment tax, turnover tax. Like, they have all the information right here. So you can't say you don't know, because if you're going to tell me I can't afford a lawyer, I can't afford an accountant, or I don't know one, go to the KRA government website. And then after that, go visit them themselves. They will tell you what you need to do, right? If you're wondering what types of taxes are there, again, the website tells you the types of taxes. They have the various taxes that there's income tax, right? There is, again, corporation tax, pay as you earn, withholding tax, advanced tax, it's a rental income tax, value added tax, the VAT, right? So basically, in this day and age, if you feel that you don't know, you can literally go onto the website, find the information yourself, and then now, if you need to, just go to the government offices and discover, right? The reason I'm telling you this is that people will start getting into trouble for some of these things, and the best thing you could do instead of waiting to get into trouble is just to go and do the tax. Once you've chosen to do business, one of the things that I made peace with is that once you decide to do business, you have to comply with the government or things could get very tough for you, right? And so for me, I'd rather comply instead of worrying about other stuff and just getting myself into trouble. So I comply. I will comply. I keep doing what I need to do to comply because I need my business to grow. I need it to scale, and I need to make sure I'm in the know when it comes to this information. So please make sure you go to the website, make sure you visit the offices so you're able to know. So to recap, the things I have discovered when I have gotten a bakery shop, this was like at the beginning of this year. Business permit. Okay, first, give your business an entity. That I knew, but I made sure it's a company. Second, you need a business permit. Third, you need a food handler certificate for you and anybody who's going to work in that bakery. Fourth, you need a health certificate for your business. And then fifth, you need to make sure you sign up for ETIM so you can pay the taxes as you are supposed to as a business in Kenya. I hope this video helps you guys, for all of you who are curious about a bakery shop and all the things you know. And by the way, this also does apply to home bakers, right? Or those of you who have online businesses. You can still do a business, register a business name. You can still get a food handler certificate, right? And you can still get a health certificate, especially if your premise is not within the house. I still think that you should be able to get all those things, right? Now, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you put on notifications. If this has helped you currently, right, do comment below and let me know. If you do have any other questions, you can comment. And if it's something that I can be able to help you with, I really, really will. All the best if you're starting a business in 2024. Let's go get it, guys. Bye.